Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we will look into some examples in which we will be creating different patterns of characters using nested loops, and we will also see how to achieve the same thing using one loop in Python. So let's get started. In our first example, we will be creating a rectangle which will be created using any character, and its size will be m cross n. Here is the code for it. In this example, we are creating a rectangle consisting of asterisk or stars, and its size will be 10 cross 20 or with dimension 10 by 20. So I can change the height and width. So the outer loop is responsible for how many rows it will have or the height of rectangle, and the inner loop, it will be taking care of how many columns or what is the width of the triangle. So if I increase the width by 20, you can see this rectangle is more wide. Similarly, I can change the height as well. We can do the same thing using one loop by using a strong characteristic of string. We called it string duplication. So it will print the same thing. We can also change the character we are using, let's say $sign. We can also change the width here as well, and size, or sorry, length as well. So in our next example, we will be looking into how to make a right angle triangle with same height and width. So in this example, our outer loop is going from 0 to 9, and our inner loop will be going from 0 to I. So in first iteration, when I will be 0, our inner loop will go from 0 to 0. It won't print anything. And then in next iteration, it will go from 0 to 1, printing 1 star. Similarly, printing 2 and then 3 and so on up to 9 stars. So I can also change the character I am using. And to make sure that I am the next character is printed in the same line, I am using this argument of print statement and equals to empty string, and this print is making sure that in next iteration every character is printed in the next line. I can change the size as well, and I can also achieve this thing using one loop. Same idea, and here you go. Next problem is about creating an equilateral triangle. This is a bit tricky. I have two loops nesting inside one loop. One is responsible for adjusting the triangle into equilateral triangle using spaces. Every other thing is same as above. I can change the character. I can also change the size. Cool, right? And I can achieve the same thing with one loop as well. That's how simple it is in Python. You cannot do the same thing in any other language. I can also change its size as well, and also character. My Our next problem is about creating a rhombus of size and or any arbitrary size. In this, we are using two nested loops, because in rhombus we will be creating two triangles like this, but the second triangle would be inverted. Looking pretty, right? It is beautiful, isn't it? I can change the character. I can also change the size. Again, we can do the same thing using one loop as well. Sorry, I think I made it too big. So it looks cool as well. Let me reduce the size so it makes sense. Let's say 30. Here you go. So today we looked at different examples in which we tried to create different patterns of different characters using nested loops and single loops. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Bye.